What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Shaun C. Tonight, oh man, tonight I almost didn't make it to this live stream. Not going to even lie to y'all. And let me just tell y'all why as we let more people get up in here. But one of the reasons why is just a lot of the stuff that's been going on in the news lately. Um, it's been a lot of stuff, man. You know what I mean? And then, like I'm the kind of person that like I know some people are like, well, I don't worry about it, I just go on with my life and stuff. And I'm not that type of person, man. You know what I mean? Like I like to pull, I don't like to not know something, right? Or I like to at least be informed. And I feel like with all the stuff going on, I know some of it is distraction, but then I mean, like all of this shit is distraction. You know what I mean? So just something I came across, within the last day or so that I looked at, just kind of like I don't know, just kind of had me in a funk mood. You know what I mean? Like, and that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have ups and downs, but the reason why I decided we're gonna do this live stream tonight was because, you know, I enjoy talking with you all about these different things. Again, like I told y'all, don't let it bother you, right? This stuff that we talk about, don't let it bother you. If anything, if you pushing on, you doing what you need to do, it's really just information. It's really just barbershop talk. It's really you know, just gents sharing with other gents. You know what I mean? And that's what it's supposed to be. So, that's what I like about the new channel that that I recently launched. Let me show you real quick. Where is Oh, I guess there's nothing to show there again. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. Well, anyway, that was a picture of the logo for the second channel, Partners in Crime podcast that me and P started. And P kind of gave me some time. He said, "Hey, on Thursdays, let's go ahead and film for this thing." And I was like, "All right, man. We already on the phone. We already be on the phone for an hour or so." I was like, "Give me 2 hours, and we can put something together." And I wanted Partners in Crime to be more of a light-hearted, just me and Pete joking around, man, and just kind of like bring y'all into that. You know what I mean? Just a lighter version of talking about some of the same stuff. But the thing that we eventually would like to do with that channel is to be able to branch out and talk about other things. And I can't always do that with this channel because it's kind of locked in. It's been doing what it's been doing for a very long time. So Partners in Crime, it's an opportunity for us to be able to expand out. And I'm very excited. So you all haven't checked out the new channel yet, Partners in Crime, go ahead, check it out, subscribe, and you'll see it's just me and P. Clark talking about some of the same stuff. But again, Partners in Crime podcast. Can't miss that one. All right, we got more people up in the house. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here this evening. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna quickly see who we got up in the house real quick. King, he said the Bonnet Brigade are going to be selling wigs to funeral directors to pay the bills. King, thank you for that one, man. Yeah, man. The wig, you know what? Matter of fact, the first clip that I have for you all, and I just realized I did not even. I did. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't even set up my I didn't even set up all my stuff correctly. Let me go ahead and move some stuff around. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's I thought I was all set up, but I guess I wasn't. See, I told you my mind was a little slipping there. All right. Let's go on and get my first clip up there. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this. I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch y'all in the chat in a second. Give me a second. Let's go ahead and play this.
Wow. So who do you think caused this low percentage, the men or the women? Honest answers only. I will be responding to everybody's comment. Let's really, really think about this.
All right. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate that. So it reads, it's 1970. Over 80% of men were married by the age of 30. Today it's 23%. Listen, thank you very much, Rick. I appreciate it. People are waiting longer right now to get married. And in some aspects, that actually kind of makes sense, right? Right. Like in the sense that people had to kind of grow up quicker back in the day because lifespans were shorter. So, you being 20 back in the day was the equivalent of being, damn near middle age. You know what I mean? Like you was considered like a 30-year-old man. In a sense. You were considered, you was getting ready to have your family. But we know that, as time moved on, or the thing that we learned is that a lot of the a lot of the rules change. A lot of the, like women actually were able to work and all these things. And these things are good. I don't have a problem with women working. I really don't. I think in today's society, women should work. You know what I mean? Because the clips that I've showed y'all with the ones sitting at home, man, they on demon time. They ain't got nothing else better to do. Okay. So I don't think that's a bad thing. I think though the priority has shifted away from family and it started to shift to, like everybody doing their own thing. And there's a reason why I talk about that kind of stuff on this channel because I believe that us going so individualistic, it doesn't help society. And I don't think the people that are above us really give a damn in the first place. I mean, if you think about it, do families really serve these people? They are literally talking about bringing AI in, and AI is estimated to take over 100 million jobs in the United States. Think about that. We don't have factories and stuff. We don't make shit here in the States. So when we left the industrial age into this more modern technological age, now you're starting to talk about the need to have a family is less to the people that are above us. Because if you have a family, then you're going to need more. Right now, I don't know if y'all understand what's happening right now, but you could have all the experience in the world, right? You could have like, oh, I've been doing this for 15, 20, whatever amount of years. People are struggling to find jobs right now. People are struggling to find jobs that pay based upon the experience that they have. Struggling. Not even struggling. Okay? That's men and women alike. And this is a serious thing. So when I hear like, shout out to the sisters that are willing to like acknowledge that we can sit here together, men and women, and acknowledge these problems. But the ones that are delusional about it, with no care in the world, because they don't pay attention to this stuff. And this is the kind of stuff that we as men listen to. We have to, because the survival of our family, our friends, the people we love is dependent upon men understanding this and caring enough to want to do something about it. So when you look at these numbers, this is a choice. We hear women today say they don't need men, but if shit gets hard right now, they're gonna need men. You don't know what you got until it's gone. And the ignorance that I hear online about it is just, it's baffling. Now, listen, I have been a main proponent to say that I don't think marriage as it's currently constituted serves men. But you will always see me support people that are married. Read any comment with anyone that's married that leaves a comment on the channel. I always congratulate them. I do. Because believe it or not, there's strength in having togetherness in numbers. There is. You know, I'm not even mad at dudes for saying only 23%. Half in the black community, half of us or half of black men, not myself. I got cheering, okay? I got cheering. But half of black men are single and childless. That's just crazy. Back in the day, people were having families by the time they were 30, a dude had families. People had families. And we've gotten away from that. So tonight, where we at on time? Okay. Went a little over what I wanted to do. But tonight I want to show you some clips. These are some clips that I've had for a minute. Right now my feed is on some other stuff. And and I just couldn't get the clip. I couldn't get what I wanted to show you all. And I have a bunch of clips that I had to go through that I just don't have time to do. But I had some clips for you guys. Just a few things that I want to talk about, okay, concerning this. Because I am an advocate of men and women being together. I am an advocate of family. I am an advocate of long-term committed relationships. I'm an advocate for all these things. Contrary to popular belief. But I realize we're not going to get there with the behaviors and attitudes that we are observing here. We're just not going to get there that way. And the thing that made us strong was the family, was the togetherness, was the unions, was collectively working together to make sure we didn't get screwed. And now everybody got their own agendas and things going on. It's not going to be hard for people to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. It's not. So I'm going to show you some clips today. And on the thumbnail, you saw the two guys talking. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to keep y'all long tonight, only because mentally I'm a little taxed. So I'm probably going to run through this. And I apologize. I'm going to get y'all comments. I'm going to listen to y'all. We're going to talk tonight. But I'm probably going to run through this because, again, I need a mental break. The last clip that I'm going to show you tonight, I have 8 clips for you. The last clip I'm going to show you is going to entail what you saw in the thumbnail. And the advice that man gives, it's the whole game of what we're talking about, which I think we know. And I think if you've watched my videos of recent, all the themes connect. All right. Let me see who's up in here right now, because I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank y'all. Sorry I got a little deep on y'all, but sorry I went off the rails, but I gotta say I needed y'all tonight more than y'all probably need to listen to me. All right. Cam said, caught my first live. Hey man, I'm glad that you're here, Cam. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you made it, man. This is what we do. Mr. Spacely, man, what's going on with you? He said, what up, my guy? I'm good, man. I'm better now. I'll say that. Just the stuff that's going on right now, bro, is just, wow. It's just mind-blowing, the stuff that I've seen and come across. It just makes you question every goddamn thing. You know what I mean? Rick says, this pod is more entertaining than Snoozer Bowl last Sunday. Let's talk about that real quick, Rick. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for being here. I kept hearing people say, oh, it was boring. And yeah, there was some back and forth. Yeah, no, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. But you know what? Like, there used to be a time that people liked watching defenses going at it, those low-scoring games. And this wasn't a low-scoring game. I mean, not at least for not Seattle, right? But it did all the fireworks didn't happen until toward the end. So let's be honest about something. New England was overmatched. They had a very easy schedule and an easy route, and they caught a hell of a break against the Broncos, losing their quarterback for the season. And we could have probably had a better Super Bowl with the Broncos and the the Seahawks. That's just my opinion. King says, I'm envious. As an old school cartoon fan, Mr. Spacely is a great username. Yeah. Spacely, Space Sprockets, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Lord Bison. Ah, nice. Marriage over in the West, especially US, it's a scam. No, you're right. It's a scam. And that's why you have to, when you find your person and you both say, hey, this is where we're going. If she's smart, she'll realize it's a scam too. It really will come down to what is it that you all want with each, what is it that you all see from each other later on? The now and later on. We're going to talk about all this stuff. So, Lord Bison, you are right. This is a fair comment by you. No lie, right? Rick says, cooking already. Bro, I was on one. I was on one when I started the podcast, man. I still am. So, Mr. Spacey says, appreciate it, bro. I got it from Wiz Khalifa's Cushion OJ mixtape. But I'm curious if that's where he got it from now. Oh, yeah. Mr. Spacely. In the Jetsons, it was Mr. Spacely. And it's Spacely Space Sprockets. And you had Cogswell Cogs. Man, I miss old school cartoons. I ain't gonna lie. I tried to watch some of them. I saw one on TV. I couldn't even watch it because they had changed it up. And then you older, man, it just don't hit the same way. But I'm not gonna lie. On YouTube, there was 8 hours of Deke cartoons, and that was the company DIC, right? Now I remember I got a little bit older. We used to laugh about that, but if y'all remember, Deke had Inspector Gadget. So I watched probably like one episode of Inspector Gadget. I think they also had like Heathcliff and all kind of other stuff, bro. And I found myself watching like an episode of Inspector Gadget. And I'm like, hey, I'm sitting here watching Inspector Gadget. I had to stop myself from popping some popcorn and just laying on the couch and watching more cartoons, man. I really did. Actually, I didn't say popcorn. My bad. I meant a bowl of cereal, bro, like a big ass bowl of cereal, and then watch the cartoons. I almost messed up there. I didn't mean popcorn. I meant cereal. I'm sorry about that. Right? Oh, and if you know, you know.
Women don't understand that, like,
God dang, I'm not on it right now. All right. This woman that y'all probably seen her before in my videos, you've seen her before on social media. Let's listen to her real quick and get her perspective of what she thinks the difference between how us men view marriage and see how correct she is. I don't think she's far off, but I'd like to start with this because it's going to kind of set the stage for some of the things that we're going to see later on. Let's check it out.
women don't understand that, like, sometimes men think of marriage as like they last call, like they in jail. So they want to see how their life will be with you. Men are socialized that having multiple women is a thing. And so when they like, hey, I want to pick you, I want to be with you, they want a snapshot of their life now. They want to know, can you hang with the Brodies? Can you handle me going on a boys trip? How are you in the bedroom? I'm like, they're always evaluating everything you do. They're looking to see, can I see the wife in her? Can I see my life the rest 20 years from now? Women will be like, oh, I could change that. Men, they want an example right now. Those are just ways that you could really just show a man the wife in you. And sometimes it's literally nonverbal. There's a saying that if I know that I can go, I'll stay. And that is exactly what men are looking for. Yeah. If I know that you're going to give me creative freedom, then I'll stay. But you can't force me. You can't bully me. Like, if I know that I can go and you're going to be cool, I'm going to stay.
Dang, you know what? I didn't listen to the whole thing. I'm glad I'm listening to it in real time with you guys because I didn't know she said all that. Okay. I'm gonna give her a little credit. I'm gonna give her just a tad wee bit of credit there. Let me fix my microphone. Yeah, no, Rick, she did. Let me put that up on the screen. Rick said she spoke facts. Absolutely, she did. Hopefully I didn't mess up my microphone. Yeah, she spoke facts. I got to give her credit. I heard just like there was a tad bit that I heard earlier. I said, okay, this close enough for what I want to talk about. But now hearing the end of it, any women listening, this is a great opportunity to learn from what this woman just said. But what we're about to tell you right now is gents, right? First thing that I want to address is yes, when we see you as wife material, we want to know that the version of you that we're asking to be our wife or that we propose to or that we want to marry or be with, we want to know that that version of you is going to, like, you're obviously going to change a little bit. But we also want to know that the version of you that we have is going to be as close to that as possible. I understand it that you're going to change again. Right now, I'm changing, right? I'm not, if y'all knew, let's go watch the podcast. Go listen to Partners in Crime podcast, okay? Listen to some of the stuff that me and P talked about back in the day. And it's still me, but you'll hear that it was a different mindset. That we joked and clowned about different things. We did things that were just, we were some wild boys at some times, you know what I mean? So I get that you're going to grow and you're going to evolve. And all of that within inside of a relationship, that's why it requires communication. It requires, I heard somebody say this, and it's probably one of the best things I've ever heard, but you have to continuously date the person that you with. I'm not saying you got to be like spending buku money, but you got to date them. You gotta like create the moments where you enjoy continuously being around each other. Some would say, well, that's got to be your best friend. We'll say that, right? We'll say, well, my woman's my best friend. And I saw in another video where women would be like, well, my best friend is Kiki right here. You know, like it's funny how we'll do that. We understand the assignment. If she ain't my best friend, then I'm not going to want to hang out with you all the time. You know what I mean? Like if I don't see myself being able to hang with you, then I'm gonna always be looking to go hang out with P. I'm always be looking to go hang out with Mike or whoever. So we want to know that the version of you that we fell in love with is who we're gonna get. Now, I'm gonna interrupt this broadcast to say that isn't always the case. I'll get into that as we move on through this because I have more clips that I'll be able to get into that. Our people change sometimes. And if they don't let us in when they're changing, or if we don't let them in when we're changing, then that's where the disconnects happen. So the other thing she talked about was women talking about how they think that they can change us. And this is a fallacy. I've heard this since I was younger. Women thinking like, I'll change him. One of my marriages started to fall apart all because of some advice that my aunt gave my wife, my first wife. My first wife was older than me, okay? And I'm gonna tell you, like, me and my first wife, we actually kind of vibed pretty good in the beginning. And it was my aunt that said some shit to her that really started, like, the changes were happening. She told my wife, this is my aunt, right? My blood, told my wife that, oh yeah, he young. You can mold him into what you can mold him into what you want. Now, this is a woman that lost her husband. This is a woman who got divorced. My aunt, my family, telling my wife that shit when everything was going fine in our marriage at that point. We were happy. Were things perfect? No, but we were good. And then slowly that kind of shit changed. That's an example of thinking that you could change a man. And the thing about it is, yes, I was a young man. I was a young man when I first got married. But the error that she made was she thought that my aunt was cooking, that she told her some good advice. she failed to realize that she didn't know what family she was messing with. Because I'm only gonna take whatever for so long. Okay? If I'm not happy, I'm gonna let you know, which I did. And then eventually I'm not gonna take it no more. I would rather be poor in the street than deal with disrespect. I'd rather be poor and in the streets than deal with someone who not serving me so that I can be the best version I can, especially when my mindset is going to help my family. Not doing it. And I understood that assignment, though I didn't know exactly how to enact that assignment as a young man, but I understood the assignment that, I'm not about to look, I'm all right, I'm gonna try to do this. Okay, look, are you gonna let me try to do this? You know what? You're not listening. So obviously you want to be alone. And that's kind of how I got to that choice. You don't ever control what I do. You can make a suggestion, but it never works to try to control me, and it never really works to control any real man. Now, that's 19-year-old me that knew the assignment. You don't think me 30 years into the future don't know that? I'm just saying, man. So that's another thing. They think they can control us, but they can't. The other thing I believe she talked about was, well, damn it, I'm getting old. I forgot. Give me a second.
For her, can I see my life the rest 20 years from now?
Oh, got it. So that's the other thing. We as men, we women project ahead too, right? This is one of the things that same aunt told me when I was a teenager. But she said women will look at you and they know how far they want to go with you. And I didn't realize, I thought it was BS, but now that I look back, she wasn't wrong. You know, she wasn't wrong. Now, some women will turn and have a change of heart because the version you became, they didn't see that at first. But you became that version and it worked out. But that's not always the case. Because usually for you to become that version, you've had to go through some things and you've had to change. A lot of women don't get that. So we like to project too. Hey, if everything cool like this, I'm cool. That's the problem, right? That's the disconnect. There was something else you said I want to hit on.
You and sometimes it's literally nonverbal. There's a saying.
Oh, so the other thing she talked about is the little things that we can pick up on things. Like women like to think that we're just, but when a guy is really in tune, that's why I always talk about being on our purpose. But when we're in tune with ourselves and what we want and blah, 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 or at least we have some form of direction, some sense of direction. When a woman isn't vibrating on the right frequency, like, we might still lay down with you. Yeah, we might still be attracted. But there's going to be like, I need to hold off. Let's just pump the brakes a little bit because she ain't there yet. And we can't tell you because we just can't tell you. You got to do it. And so I believe that this young lady talks about, I believe she starts talking about already being wife material. That's important. Because if that doesn't happen before we get with you, you playing like you're ready later on for a smart man, that's not going to work. Because it's going to look like you just playing the part. That's got to be who you are. Because if not, it don't play in line with what we see in our future plans for us. It doesn't. So I want to hear y'all comments on this. I'm going to start from the bottom. I'll go all the way up. Just talk about the difference. Actually, let me go up and then go down. I'm sorry about that. Because we don't have that many comments. Preston in the house. He said, "What up, brother? Shaun C, TSG, Big Bro, homie, and the Uncut City peeps." I add the city in there. All right. You definitely on fire, brother, homie. Yeah, I had something to say about this one. I had something to say. If you have OJ's phone number, marriage works out well. Wow. I met OJ, man, when I was working at one of the nightclubs out here, man. I'm gonna tell you, like, he was pretty nice to me at least. But he kept like, let me get some of them napkins, man. Let me get some of them napkins. But I shook the juice's hand. And I have pretty big hands. Y'all might can't tell, but I got like snag it ball out of the air, wide receiver, dunk a palm of basketball level hand. Or at least I used to. Okay. I shook OJ's hand. That dude had a paw on him. I mean, like the paws that OJ had on him could take a person's life. He Cliff was cool. We fear divorce more than the marriage. Yeah, Rick, we do. And that's actually kind of crazy because I like at first it was like, well, y'all crazy. Why would you, fear the divorce? But then after you hear enough dudes, talk about how they've been through a divorce and how bad it was and how they had to start over again and recover and how they couldn't see their kids. All these type of stories and it kind of make you kind of, you know what? I don't know if I want to go through that. All right. Rick said she spoke facts. Yes, she did. What up? Okay. These bonnet wearing scallywag banshee monstrosities aren't worth chasing or marrying. Ha! You don't be around someone who gives you headaches. No. We definitely can't change the world until we change ourselves, but these women don't want to change. Yeah, you can't change anybody who doesn't want to change. Did you check your first wife when it was over? Well, we actually had kids together, right? So we had twin daughters together. So like I kind of had to deal with that. And that's a whole nother topic, which I'll be glad to talk about in a whole nother video. But we're not talking about children and marriage and stuff. But I will say it didn't really it sucks because once you have kids with someone, a lot of the times I tried to keep the peace for my children's sake. And then I kept the peace because at the end of the day, with all the stuff that she was saying, I needed for my kids to be able to understand who I am without having to bash her. And they know. They may not like exactly who I am because they didn't get a chance to grow up around me, but they got to respect it, and to some extent they understand. They don't understand, but to some extent that they do. And that's fine. That's what I recommend to dudes. If your baby mama is giving you issues, I'm saying keep trying. Keep trying. Keep trying such that when your kid is old enough to talk to you and you can sit down and have a talk with your kid, make sure that the facts are on your side. I didn't have to bash their mom or bash any of their moms. I just tell them, hey, this is where I messed up. Here's what happened. And if you being truthful and you've done your best, they're going to look at it and they're going to be able to tell what the truth is, especially if you got a smart kid. Now, if you got a slow kid, I can't help you. Can't help you. You've got a slow one. Just tune in. What did I miss? Singer, what's going on? Great to see you. Let me guess. Women messing up. Oh, we kind of went a little deeper in that earlier, man. You're going to have to start over and watch that part. Just talk about the difference in men and women's mindsets. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're just talking about mindset differences in marriage. And the reason why that I might have stayed on this for a little bit is because, again, we only have a few clips, but the next clip that we're going to look at, it's all going to make sense, right? I think the best thing for us men is not to marry to the government. Deep Soul, first of all, thank you for being here. And I agree. Especially with everything going on nowadays, like, yeah, the last thing you want to do is unnecessarily attach yourself to this government. Because all it is designed to keep you on lock. Right? Now, this next clip that I'm about to play for you guys, in my last, if you watch the last video on this channel, then you will have seen this woman. Let me put her up on screen. You will have seen her. Now, she talked about how she ruined her marriage. So she made the rounds, but I want you to hear this. This is a totally different video than I played in my last one. But she's going to talk about how she ruined her marriage for you all that didn't see it. Let's get to it. Let's do it this way. Put myself at the bottom. There we go.
I was a selfish bitch in my marriage.
Damn.
I've been divorced now almost 4 years, but I was married to my ex-husband 16 years and with him 18 years. And again, I was a selfish bitch. Nothing was ever good enough. I took him for granted. He seriously rolled out the red carpet for me. He was sweet, kind, generous. He told me how much he loved me 5 times a day. He told me how beautiful I was every day. If he'd wake me up in the morning, because he knows I love massages, wake me up rubbing my shoulders. He'd rub my feet every evening while we were watching TV.
That's nasty.
If I said, for example, oh, I'm craving a Dr. Pepper, he'd be like, okay, let me go to the corner store and get it. He adored me. He was amazing.
Hold up. I know she's going to finish her story. I have to tell y'all something, though, on this. Well, I'll ask a question first. Why wasn't that good enough? Why wasn't that good enough? I'll leave that on your heads. Let's finish this and I'll bring it back. Why wasn't that good enough?
Like on paper, it's what every girl wants. Seriously.
Right.
And yeah, I took it for granted. And now I lost that, right? And I carried a lot of guilt because I caused it. That's my biggest regret in life, is not saving, the whole family aspect. The grass is not always greener on the other side, ladies. It's not, I'm good now. I feel great. And he's super happy with his girlfriend. And honestly, I could not be happier for him, because he deserved to be loved and cared about and respected as he should have always been. So I'm so happy that he's happy. Anyways, what I'm saying, ladies, the grass is not greener on the other side. If you have a good guy, take care of him. Take care of him. Trust me. There's nothing good out in these streets.
Okay. What else you got to say?
He seriously set the bar. He set the bar. And ultimately, what I always wanted, I had all along. So we have good right in front of us, and we don't know how to take care of it.
All right. Listen. Yo, 17 was happening. Wow. Hey, 17, did you get a chance to go check out the new podcast, Partners in Crime? Me and P started a podcast, Partners in Crime. Jump over there, man. We talk about a few things. And yeah. Love to hear your perspective on that. All right. Anyway, I want to say, first and foremost, I am grateful that she's been putting out these videos, because a lot of the time you don't hear women take that level of accountability when talking about their marriage. Let's go back to the question that I asked. Why wasn't it enough? Hindsight is 2020. Absolutely. You know what? Let me do this. I'll put y'all up on the thing there, right? So, yes, hindsight is 2020. Some of the best aspects of what I have right now is the fact that when I do those things, I'm not always that type of dude. I'm not always I don't always think about buying gifts, and I don't do flowers and candy. I'm probably not even the most romantic type dude. But what I do, I'm glad that I can be open and a little bit vulnerable with my woman. I'm glad that we can talk about things and talk through things, and that we enjoy each other's company and time, and that me getting up to go get her something doesn't mean that I'm a slave to her, or her doing for me doesn't mean that I look at her that way. Like, I mean, that's what a relationship is supposed to be, correct? Isn't it supposed to be a reciprocal love to each other? Like, I'm unselfishly giving my love to you through my actions, not just my words, but my actions. And in return, she's doing the exact same thing for me, where there's no question. We might say, I love you every day, but there's no question to each other that we love each other. We know it. Couldn't it be that simple? So when I ask the question, why wasn't that enough? That right there, gents, is literally the crux of what we talk about here. If it's not enough for her, then she's not really for you. And I get it. It's hard to break off these relationships. You done started it, but you know it ain't right. But hey, maybe it might change. Why? Why? Why just keep prolonging the inevitable? Why even do that to yourself? Well, I don't want to be alone. Okay, but it's going to end. It's going to end. It's just a waste of your time. It's a waste of her time. You know? I don't know. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm trying to say, but Lord Bison, thank you for the $5 holler. He said, the country I am currently in, I can marry 2 women if I desire, and they aren't brainwashed by Western euphemism. They get along great. You know what? Power to you, man. Oh, you know what? Thank you, Lord Bison. Let me get you on the track or the tickler first, and then I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I forgot to talk about in the last one of the last in the last clip that we did earlier. Because you just reminded me of something, man. With the $5 holla. Why am I forgetting which key that is? That is crazy. I can't believe I'm. All right. We got you down there. Lord Bison, you are the first sponsor of the night. And let me tell y'all, man, if y'all don't think that, sponsoring, helping out these channels mean anything to us, it means a whole hell of a lot, man. Because YouTube is wishy-washy, man. Like some months it's like I'm having a great month, and other months it's like they're not even pushing out my videos. Or it's like, I'm not saying every video going to do well. I get that not everything is going to do well. But sometimes you can obviously see the numbers say the video is popular, but the push, they're not pushing it out. So this is something that goes up and down for creators. So you all watching the videos, and supporting all the way to the end, hitting like, commenting, all of these things are engagement. And that tells YouTube, hey, y'all like this video. So I appreciate that. But when y'all donate your hard-earned money to contribute to the channel to help this thing keep going, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful. That's all I can say about that. All right. My way of showing that I love a woman is through selfless acts of service. Yeah. And I expect it to be reciprocal or I am out. Yeah. And that's reasonable. 17, that's reasonable though. Look, if I'm showing you through my actions that I'm willing to do, I'm willing to get up and cook a meal for us, and I'm willing to go out and do this for you. I'm showing you through my actions that I care. You know what, 17? When I'm not into necessarily, I've heard the love language thing, and I've done the test before, and I'm a this, that, and the third. I don't remember all of the tests, but you know what's funny about people with acts of service? Why you're out when that happens? Because there is nothing like feeling like you're You're trying to show that person you love them. Even if you're the type of acts of service person that don't say it all the time, you're like, my actions should show you. You never gotta ask me for nothing. You know, if you need a hug or whatever you need, I'm trying to give you. But it's never enough. If that's not enough, first of all, you need to communicate that. But second of all, if that's not enough, you gotta go at that point. Because that means they don't see you. They're not appreciative of you. Because we are what we do. So if the things that I do are not enough, that's who I am. Why is that not enough? See what I'm saying? I'm the same way. I'm the same damn way, man. I'm definitely not buying store bought, born again, virgin. Oh man, the store bought products. You crazy, Preston. Right. You feel played. Yeah, you feel played. Exactly. And that's it. King says, this woman talks like my ex talk about me. But they always fall victim to listening to their no man having girlfriends. And that's another issue that we see, right? How many women have lost out on they for show, on the person that they said they loved, they day one, all because they listening to what they girlfriend said. Girl, why he ain't did this? Why he ain't got you this? Why he ain't? I wouldn't have took you. He told you what? He told you you need to be quiet. Oh no. You didn't, you failed to mention though that you was running your mouth in a time that could have got y'all both hemmed up. And all your girlfriends heard and all you heard was, can you shut up real quick? Can you be quiet real quick? Not even shut up. Can you be quiet real quick? You know, that's something that maybe we need to have a talk like, hey, tell my woman, if I ever go, shh, do not get offended. If I'm ever going, shh, and I'm paying attention to something else, our life, I'm looking out for our life at that moment. You know what's funny though? You know what's funny about that, King? Some women, if you go, shh, right? And then you can clearly see, even before you tell them shh, they're usually talking and you focus, laser focused in on something. And you're like, shh, right? And they'll, oh, flustered. Oh, no, you didn't shush me, blah, blah, blah. Right? You're like, yo, do you not see what's going on around us? Are you trying to get us murked? Oh, well, I need a man that's going to provide and protect. I am protecting you. Shut your ass up. Yo, read the room. This right here, if you know you got a real one, ladies, and that man don't normally tell you nothing like that, he like, shh, right? Shh. Before you lose your shit, be like, wait, that's kind of odd. What am I missing? What is he listening for? What is he focused on? So, you know what? For anybody, any women that wind up listening to that, I hope you take what I'm saying and take it as like, yo, he's trying to tell me something that might save our life one day. 17th, you grew up in New Orleans, you got to have your head on a swivel. If I'm go, shh, that means I'm listening for something. I hear something, we might need to take off. Those type of decisions are life and death for a man. And you got a bunch of women who wind up getting, I see it all the time in the news, they end up getting popped. What was that last woman in the video, that last video, where she was talking with her ex and that dude wound up shooting her up? They don't read the signs. Hey, this dude is dangerous. Just stop. Don't talk to him no more. It's over. Let it be over. You know? Where we at? Where we at? Finger says, nice shirt, man. Thanks, man. It's actually, this is kind of like my favorite shirts because see that? It's that stretchy kind of, it's not dry fit, but it's just like a stretchy material. And I need stretchy, man, because I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy. So stretchy feels really good. I like my shirts that feel like this. As a Tesla employee, I get to borrow cars from time to time. I was taking my lady on road trips and cars worth over coaster snobs. That's awesome, man. Yeah, then go ahead and take them cars out, man. Go and take them cars out. Maybe don't sign up for jobs they didn't apply for. Nature doesn't babysit. That's funny. Singer salute. On a road trip worth over 100,000. She blew it because of her mouth and petty arguments. Yep. Yeah, like, listen, I'm taking you doing this. We spending time together. We able to take these nice cars out. And it ain't good enough. Coaster stops. Thank you for sharing that with us, man. Seriously. At my age, the things that matter to me is that she treats me good when we are around, show me respect, and I play Scooby-Doo detective agency looking for ish to get mad about. If I got you, I got you. Same here, bro. And that's the thing. That's just about being real, right? It's just like, yo, does just show me, just treat me with respect. I'm gonna treat you with respect. You ain't got to worry about that. You know, we're not claiming to be perfect. It's just, hey, it is what it is. Sorry, I'm late. Start over, please. Antics semantics. What's going on? We got more. We got a few more clips. Where we at on time? Okay, we on good on time. See, y'all actually got me out of my rut, man. I think this is what I needed. My woman was the one that actually said, she the one told me, just take it slow. Maybe shorten up your live stream tonight if you need to. But I actually feel better now, man. I'm glad I got a chance to talk to you. Randomonia stuff. I'm just gonna say random, okay? Random, great to have you here. Thank you so much. I grew up in Compton in South Central LA. My head stay on a swivel. Lord Bison, I get it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you like, hey, shh, right? You peeping out the scene because you don't want to get ran up on. So, bro, you already know. All day long, you can get your issue quick and fast in a hurry. We done ran from pew pew fire and duck strays in New Orleans many a times. Yep. We just know off the rip. You start hearing it, you already down. Them strays then caught more kids, more old folk, more unintended people. You know? And they should know better too, because a lot of them grew up in the same goddamn place. Hey man, I'm about that 41st and Menlo. SC in the house. I hear you, baby. I used to live, if you say FC South Carolina, I used to live in North Charleston and Goose Creek, which was crazy, man. That's what I was early on in my Navy time. But I lived in South Carolina for a year and a half, man. You can't keep the peace with somebody who only wants misery. No, you cannot. Rick says she took his kindness for weakness. She did. Yeah, a lot of women do that. I was on 99th and Denker before we moved to the Antelope Valley. Oh, my God. Oh, y'all all out there, bro. Y'all is all out there, bro. I used to do that with borrowing nice cars. That hurts all the time for my ex-wife. All the time, taking trips all the time, but that wasn't good enough for her. You know what? I'm glad y'all saying that, man. Me and my girl been talking about that too. Once the weather gets better, we need to just leave a couple of times, even if it's just for a day or two. Just leave. You know what I mean? Just get away. I think I need it more than anything now. But y'all right. Of course, women always play men like a human fiddle used to. Yep. That's South Central Los Angeles, Shaun. Oh shit. Sorry, South Central. Yeah, you did say that. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That's right. That's right. I didn't get a chance to really go that way, go there. I've been to LA a number of times. And I remember the first time I went, I was a young man. I was like 23. And 22, 23, and my uncle took me past Skid Row. We drove through Skid Row and through Hollywood too and everything like that. But that was kind of eye-opening because I've seen obviously homeless camps, but at that point I had never seen anything like that. You know what I mean? So kind of eye-opening. But yeah, we didn't get a chance to go to South Central, bro. How to survive in South Central. Second line parades at the DJs in the house in the hood. Yep. All right, we got to move on real quick. Let's get to the next video. Because if not, I'll be here all night. Now, this one here, I wanted to kind of.
So yesterday,
God dang it. I keep doing that. Now, this video right here, I want y'all to hear this because she makes a great point. And I think that we take this, like a lot of women would answer that they would put their kids before their husband. She's going to talk about why that might be the wrong approach. Check it out.
So yesterday I posted a video of women being asked who would they choose first, their father, their son, their husband. Most of the women said my son, my father, and then my husband. Ladies, how are you asking for balance and harmony and alignment and to be one and for your husband to be the provider and to be the protector and to be happy being all of those things for you, yet in the same breath you say that you will choose him last, yet in the same breath you say order doesn't matter to me, because when you put him last you are completely out of alignment with order. And let me say this, the proper order, it is God, it is your husband, then it is your children, and then everything else follows after that. When you put anybody else before your husband, you are created an environment for disconnection, for tension, for the very things that you want to not happen. Men are putting their lives on the line for you. Your husband has to go out of his house every day, not being prioritized, just to come home to see his sons and his daughters getting something that is so beautiful. And it's not that he doesn't want them to get it. It's that he's simply saying, don't I too deserve to get that? Shouldn't I get that as well? Why can't I get that level of compassion and love and empathy and patience? Listen, ladies, you can't ask for the whole table and then have him begging for crumbs. It doesn't work that way. All the happiness and everything that you want, it starts with you honoring your husband, and you honor him by prioritizing him in the proper way.
Well. I gotta say, man, that was she's been on the channel. It was a while back, but it was a couple of years ago. I had a clip of hers on where she talked about marriage and that kind of thing. But this was really good because she really broke down, why prioritizing your husband is so important. But aside from the biblical aspect of why you should do it, it makes complete sense. Eventually, the kids are going to leave the house. Okay? Me and my woman are watching this show, and we're watching a show called Shrinking. And it's with Jason Segel from How I Met Your Mother, and also, oh damn it, what's the name of that movie he did? The one he was in Hawaii. I can't think of it. But anyway, Jason Segel. He played Marshall Erickson, right? Tall white dude, right? Anyway, in Shrinking, there's a neighbor next door. And she's an older woman. Her husband just retired. And so he's just kind of chilling, taking it easy. But now that she's an empty nester, she's going crazy. She don't have enough to do. And he's been doing so much for so long, he's just enjoying the peace. And you can see the dynamic that she don't know what she's doing. And matter of fact, the episode that we're on now, I think that's actually going to bite her in the butt because her mind is wandering. She's thinking about creeping. All right. The reason why I'm telling y'all this is because when you've prioritized being a mom more than being a wife, well, Shaun, what are you talking about? I cooked the meals and I did this. Like that's not all to being a wife. If we lose the connection between us, if we lose that thing between us, it don't matter if you cook and clean and you take care of the house and whatever you do for me, none of that shit matters if we don't have that level, we don't stay connected together. And if you're connecting with the kids and you have these moments and these vulnerable times with the kids, but you can't give that to your husband, it makes complete sense why these marriages are falling apart. What did I say earlier? You talked about Antic Semantic says, what did I miss? All this stuff. One of the things I said earlier was you have to continuously date the person that you with. You have to, especially in this time and age where everything is digital and everything is, is so easy to watch on your phones, and you got to stay grounded now more than ever. And women seem to be more grounded in what other people are saying or how they look, or how they come across, what their digital footprint is, than they are actually being wives, actually being the woman that I met, that I was cool with. You're changing because you're allowing others to change you. There's a difference, right? So I hear you. Let's get to the next clip because I got to move. Let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at the time. Got to move through. All right. So we just seen this woman. Now, hear me out. This clip right here was all about prioritizing your husband. These women today are cold. And I'm going to show you how cold this young man is going to tell us his story. Check it out. Sorry, I was trying to set that up and I almost forgot.
Your wife cheated on you when you had cancer?
Yeah, with one of my friends. I got mentally fucked from trusting somebody.
How long were you guys married for?
8 years.
And then on the 8th year, she cheated on you.
When I had cancer, yeah.
What kind of cancer did you have?
I had classic Hodgkin's lymphoma, so my lymph nodes turned to cancerous tumors. When I was in the hospital on life support, she was texting me saying she wanted me to get her a fucking $2,500 party bus and didn't visit me once. How do you forgive any of that? I've literally had tubes shoved down my throat. I was pretty sure I was going to die alone and unloved. So I never did anything bad. Like, I make good money. I was a great provider. I did everything. I'm sick, fucking going through chemotherapy and throwing up. She got me one glass of water the whole time. I got my own medication. My dad took me to the hospital for all my treatments. But when I got on life support, I was there for 9 days.
Wow, you were on life support as well.
Like, going through chemo towards the end, you have no immune system. So my body just shut down.
So you were going through cancer, you were about to die, and she cheats on you. How'd you find that out, by the way? I'm just curious.
We worked together, and people at work said, be careful, be careful. And then she started texting them all the time, and I never went through her phone. I never invaded her privacy, never did anything. And I told her one time, I said, please stop talking to him. It makes me uncomfortable. She's fucking giggling in the car and whatever. And I said, I've never asked this one time. Let me see your phone. And she jumped out of the car and ran away to delete her phone.
What?
And she's like, I'm so sorry. I'll never talk to him again. Well, I was like, I fucking knew it.
You know, that's very powerful. I had a friend that told me if you want to find out how loyal your girl is to you, randomly just ask her for her phone. And if she hesitates, then there's something fishy about what she's doing with other men.
100%, dude.
And how'd you mentally get over that?
Yeah, and I didn't divorce her right away. I tried forgiving her, and then I could never just feel the same about her again. So I waited another fucking year and a half.
For a year and a half, you were struggling with yourself, trying to forgive her.
Yeah, and I just couldn't.
You didn't notice any red flags from her in the beginning?
In the beginning, wasn't really red flags, man. Like, a woman loves you while you're of worth. And I was always really good at providing. I bought a really nice house. I bought her a car. She would cook, but I cleaned everything. I did the laundry. I started paying for fucking housekeeper when I was working a lot. I did everything. And that's why she still wants me now. She goes, I fucked up. I'll never forgive myself. I said, that's on you if you can't forgive yourself, but you have to live with the actions, the consequences of your actions. Like I told you, for women, you're only of value when you're providing worth.
Why do you think that is, though? Is it like a gender thing?
We have a terrible culture
Of what?
of I want it right now, instant gratification, like fucking Amazon. I want something that's going to be here now. There's no more patience. Like you're bored of a video, you hit next right away. You have new entertainment. Next. So like our patience as humans is dwindling down more and more. Think about when you're a kid, bro, and you're watching TV. You hate commercials, but you're not going to skip the channel because then you might miss the show. You're going to watch the commercials. And you had that level of patience. So nowadays, like think about it. All these things that are right here at your fingertips, now you have somebody who is gone for a week, a month, 6 months. Like I don't have that. So it's like, fuck it. I need to be loved right now. They have no patience. They can't accept the good thing they have. They need the next thing, is what it is.
That's crazy that this young man was going through dealing with the big C, and his wife didn't really even support him. You know, I had another clip, and I really don't know where I put it at, but I had a clip where there was this dude and his wife. It's crazy, the other part to it. So I'm not going to say it's, all crazy, but his wife became pretty much like a vegetable or something. And he didn't get rid of her or anything like that. He still took care of her. But I think there was a part where this is about to be crazy, okay? You can feel whatever way you want to feel about it, but I think he tried as long as he could, but she wasn't going to like come out of being a vegetable. Not a vegetable, but she needed help, and she was never going to be able to talk again or walk again, and she required care. He didn't leave her, but he did get another girlfriend. and the girlfriend actually helps. I know this sounds crazy, and I was saving this clip for you all, and it just got lost in all the other clips that I have on my computer. But he has a girlfriend because he had to move on, but he's not moving on. He just needed companionship, I guess. And now the girlfriend helps take care of the wife, clean her up. Now, coma? No, it wasn't a coma. It's I don't know. I swear I gotta find that video. I saved it for you guys. I just have so many folders. I don't know where I put it. So I don't know if it's in. I don't know where I would have put that. I also have category folders, and I don't know which category I would have thrown that under. But the point is, he still stayed around. He still took care of his wife. And he didn't just bail like, oh, whatever. Now you imagine if the roles would have been reversed. I don't think she would have stayed around and had the boyfriend help the clean. Well, that'd be kind of messed up, but because you don't have another man be helping wipe another man, but you know what I mean? That's just insane. But a lot of women today, I think, would bail. And they have. I've shown you all these stories. The other part too was he said the same thing that you heard the other lady say. He did things for her, right? He tried to give her what she wanted. And the other point that I've made a lot of times on this channel, when women say, we're just paid slaves. Nope, shut up. Shut up. Yeah, that argument is cooked now. This young man said something that I've been preaching on this channel since the inception of it. Most of the men I know how to cook. Most of the men I know don't have a problem with cleaning up. Most of the men I know don't have a problem with helping out around the house. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. But then you have women who at home most of the day, the dude gone 12 hours, you complain that he's gone 12 hours, and he come home and you ain't had much to do and you couldn't even cook a meal for him. If the roles were reversed and my woman was out there 12 hours a day and I'm only at home 8, 6, yeah, I'm going to have some dinner ready. Or I'll say, let's go out. But I will have dinner. I cooked I cooked green beans and potatoes last night in the Instapot. So my woman got me an Instapot. So I'm trying to use this to try to, perfect my recipes. The next thing I'm gonna do in the Instapot is red beans and rice, or red beans. So that's the next one. But the point is, so I'm doing my Instapot experimentation, if you will. All right. So, but I thought about her. I know she loves green beans and potatoes, so I made her a little a little Tupperware container so she could have to take to work. She might be eating that right now. I have no clue. But the point is, I ain't got no problem cooking it and making sure, because she does the same thing for me. And this ain't no competition or who did more or whatever. We're just doing for each other. It should be that simple. Gents, if it's not that simple, you ain't that dude. If you watch the new channel, Partners in Crime, you know exactly what I mean when I say you ain't him, okay? You ain't that dude, all right? You ain't that dude. And that's okay if you're not. But don't sit there and keep taking the abuse. That's all I'm trying to tell you, right? Yeah, man. Matrix, shout out to you, man. Glad to have you. She was using him while being with other men. Absolutely. I don't think he is wrong for that, as long as she helps and is there for his wife. She probably suffered a stroke. My mom passed from her. Yeah, sorry. That's it. That was it. I think she had a stroke. That was it. She had a stroke. And she didn't never come out of it. Thank you so much for that. All right. Preston says, this is exactly why men don't protect them anymore, especially when they've had bad attitude and used WAP. All right, hold up. So I wanted to show y'all that. What's the next clip? I threw this one in here. It's just something that I threw in here, and there's a reason. I showed y'all a clip a while back. I don't know if y'all remember, and I do believe it was on a live stream. In that clip I showed y'all, a woman got married to a let's call it a very flamboyant man. And then they were announcing their engagement. He was like, we got engaged. That's the dude that she ended up with. Yet we have so many women that are saying, hey, men are this, or men are, I'm trying not to use certain words. I don't know if the YouTube is going to flag it, but hey, okay. Basically, dudes like another dudes, and that's fine for that. That's not the problem. But the point is, it's like you have women that are quick to question a man's masculinity on whenever she gets mad, or you don't take out the trash, or she's in an argument with you. Her argument don't make sense, so she just goes to trying to demean you, or they got played by the dude that they like, and so now every other dude is, your manhood is in question. But for somehow, let this young lady tell you what's starting to be more prevalent now. This is crazy. But I believe it because I've showed y'all. Yep.
Lavender marriages are starting to be more prevalent. Okay, I know I look a mess, but the message is still the same. Women are tired of men's shit. And it's just crazy that they rather marry a knowingly gay man and let him do what he does than to deal with a straight man. Women are taking lavender marriages over dating a straight guy any day. And that's crazy. So they still get the husband, they still get the house, the, bills paid, whatever. But it's like they're marrying their best friend, somebody they don't have to sleep with unless they want to. So they don't feel the pressure of having to sleep with that man every night. Like, I don't know. Who's going to sign up for it? Not me. I got a man.
You got a man, and why the hell you on here talking about that shit? Like, do you understand? You hear what I'm saying? You see how these women are agents of chaos? I understand. I totally understand. I totally understand. You're trying to make some content and talk about it. But I don't understand. Because what she said was she didn't come from it objectively. She didn't say, like, well, some women feel like, for whatever reason, that their relationships didn't work out. So this is the reason why they're doing lavender marriages. She didn't come at it from that angle. She literally started out saying that they tired of dealing with men's ish, but discounting the fact that they keep choosing these messed up ass dudes. And I've proven over the last month or two, I think it's last 2 months, if you watch the videos, they are choosing Pookie, Ray Ray, Glocktavius, Felantonio, Junebug, name it. They choosing all these dudes. And then when they get hurt by that dude, they try to date a regular guy and they can't because they are addicted to the toxicity. And then they tell you you're boring. And then they need more. And then you wind up catching cancer and they cheat on you when you're doing that shit. You could be doing everything right. You could be doing everything they say they want. That's why I played those other clips first. I played those other clips first. So that when we get to here and you start hearing the excuse that, well, men ain't being men, so women rather, no, y'all would rather be in a lavender marriage because you don't want to be with a real man, because you don't know how to be around somebody that's going to have you take accountability for your actions. You want to do what you want to do. You want to be a spoiled little girl still because you don't realize that this is real fucking life. You don't get it. But yet, these are the same women that say that men don't have emotional maturity. But you all are so scared of real and being held accountable that you're going to get into a marriage with a zesty dude. But you're going to call a real man zesty because you can't manipulate him. But you'd rather get in a real relationship with a real zesty dude. Y'all women are an enigma wrapped in a riddle. Seriously. Because that makes absolutely no sense. Oh, it does make sense because, she, like you said, she get the house, whatever. No, then you was never really about marriage. Again, you know what? Matter of fact, gents, I'm going to have to make a statement. If women want marriage so bad that they would rather marry a zesty dude to still get the feeling of marriage without necessarily having to fully commit to that dude, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And then when you end up divorcing that dude, because it's going to happen, or he going to divorce you. When he finds a dude that he really loves, he going to divorce you and go with that dude. And that marriage is probably going to last because two dudes right now together is the longest lasting of any type of pairing. And you're going to be right in the same situation. So go ahead and do it. Because real dudes ain't doing it no more. We ain't doing it. Nobody's falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Okay? Not falling for it.
Yeah. We're not going to fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
We're not falling for that shit no more. Not happening. We done. Yeah. They choose messed up guys because they messed up themselves. Yeah. That's, you know what? 17. I'm glad you said that. Gents, let me just tell y'all, man. One of the things that I learned about me was I fully take accountability for the women that I chose in my life. I've told y'all many times that I've come across really good women that it didn't work out because of me, because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for them. They were ready for me. I wasn't ready for them. Because for some reason, I would go through these things with my exes, and then I would feel like I wasn't worthy. And so I chose chaos. I chose to be in chaos, or I chose to cause the chaos. I can admit that. And that's what happened when you feel like you don't deserve your worth. But let me tell y'all something, man. A little bit over 11 years ago, when I decided to play chicken with my SUV in a bus, and I survived, that made me realize, hey, that game ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, man. And I'm not gonna sit here and first of all, the toxic women typically they'll be friends with me, but they don't want to deal with me like that. And I'm so grateful. That's how I knew I changed. Because even when I tried to get attracted to this, when I found myself somewhat attracted to toxicity, it wasn't attracted to me. And that's good. Because then that was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not really digging anything toxic like that. Cam the man, shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Let me get you up on the banner. Why am I saying all this? Because everything that I'm showing y'all tonight, I know we're saying all these women this, and this is why I always talk about being a man and being on your purpose. Because if you as a man aren't on your purpose, then you're going to fall for all of the stuff. You're going to wind up going through this exact shit with these exact women. You are not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to discern what's going on if you don't get you right. Because you're going to continue to make the same mistakes just like they doing. These women keep picking the same ass type of dudes and wonder why the results don't change. We as men, if we're not willing to admit that we have a toxic type, if we're not willing to admit that, if we're not willing to admit that, hey, I got a type, that type might not be my type. Hell, I think I saw a video on that recently. When your type is not your type, or when you're not your type's type, that's a sign. God is telling you something. Better listen. You better listen. Listen to God. I'm trying to tell you, these women are hellcat and deceptional rat traps. Jesus, Preston, you trying to mess me up, bro. I had to examine myself and realize that I was a problem in some of my relationships due to my insecurities in my past and my younger days. I wasn't ready for those women. Yeah. Thank you so much, 17. Thank you, because you're proving a point to me. You're proving a point that I've been trying to make. We as gents had to take accountability at some point, or if not, we were going to be stuck in the same goddamn cycle. I tried to tell my nephew that. I'm like, hey man, I hear you, but if I could go back, I would tell my younger self, don't do that situation. Oh man, you don't understand. No, I exactly understand. I've been in your exact shoes. And right now it feels like the good decision. But I promise you it's not. And yes, it might sound lame coming from me telling you this. But I swear to you, if I could go back and slap my younger self, I would do it. Well, actually, I'm glad where I'm at now. But I'm saying you just would like to be like, hey, man, you got so much potential. Work on that potential. Be the gent that you are. You know, be that person that I know you are in the inside. That's called taking accountability, okay? You didn't know, for anybody who listening right now and didn't know what we were just doing, that's an exercise in taking accountability. It don't mean that you're perfect. It just means that you understand your weakness and you're working on it. That's it. It's that simple. But let me show you what it looks like, gents, when you're not accountable. I haven't played a clip from Kevin Samuels in a while, but this one here was in my folder for tonight's live stream. So we're gonna listen to The Godfather. The Godfather, okay? Y'all better recognize the Godfather's in the house. All right? Listen to this crap right here. Y'all probably seen this before.
The reason why I think my value is higher now than it was when I was married, because I've grown, I've learned, you know what I'm saying? And I got to know who I was as a woman. So I think my value has increased because as you get older, you learn, you grow, you mature. So that's why I think my value has increased.
This is the equivalent of saying, I've been on the job for 20 years, but then you go out into the market and you find out that what they were paying you at that job ain't what the going market rate is. Happens all the time. Women do not gain value in men's eyes with wisdom, age, and experience. They gain value possibly in your husband's eyes, but not to just men on the market. You're older and used. No product gains value. And you ladies will sit there and fight logic. You said your value is higher as an older woman because you have age, wisdom, and experience. What are some of the top reasons men choose a woman? What do men generally pick women based upon?
They look.
Exactly. Not their experience and wisdom.
Okay, Kevin.
Yep. That woman believes everything that was coming out of her mouth.
The Godfather has spoken. Give it up for the Godfather of soul. Sorry, I've always wanted to say that on the mic. Give it up for the Godfather of soul. Now, for your easy listening pleasure. Just playing. All right, just playing. Listen, perfect example. I think that one of the things is we always hear these little sound bites. And I've said many times, I think if you listen to enough, he has serious conversations where he's not just cutting down people. He really thought he was trying to help women or he was trying to help people. But the problem is he can't help you if you're being delusional. You called in and you wanted his opinion and he gave you your opinion. And I've seen women where they'll be like, you know what, Kevin, you're right. Well, what should I do? And then he gonna talk to you. I look at those videos. He will have great conversations. And then women will be like, man, you were really nicer than I thought. He's like, man, look, we just having a conversation. But we just having a conversation in truth and in realism. This woman come on there talking about, well, now that I'm divorced, my value is higher now. These are the same women get older, faster, more stubborn out of the marriage, was stubborn in the marriage, and think now somehow they're better. They didn't do no goddamn work. They just went on blaming the dude for all the shit, right? Let me tell you something. My exes have a lot of blame to go around, but one thing that I've done is I've pointed the fingers at me too, because I should have seen it. I should have done more to stop the things that happen from happening. I could have curbed some of that stuff. I'm not saying it would have lasted. I'm saying that I still could have done better. And I did try to take some of those lessons from each time to be better. And I do that every time. And I think that's why my relationship is so smooth now. The benefits of hindsight. As someone wrote earlier, hindsight is 20/20. Yes, it is. And then when they called into this show, they hadn't learned a goddamn thing. They hadn't learned anything. Because the echo chamber that modern women have is a bunch of women telling them that, girl, it wasn't your fault. You better off without that man. You better off without your husband, girl. Well, where's your husband? I ain't never had no husband, but she was better off without him because I didn't like him anyway. He only got her 1 carat, and I told her if she was going to get married, she needed 2 carats. Or at least a princess cut diamond. I told her that. That's how I knew he wasn't no good anyway. Come on, man. Come on, man. Welcome to Mellow Moods with Shaun C on FM 98. FM 98. Okay, hey, 17. Was there a B97 in New Orleans? B97? Tell me, it's been a while. I ain't lived in New Orleans. Oh, shit. How long has it been? Coming up on 30 years now. I ain't been in New Orleans in 30 years. I mean, I've been back. I'm saying, but I ain't lived there. B97 FM? Yeah. FM 98. Mellow Moods. Yes, indeed, man. Thank you, 17, for taking me back, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Preston says, that's a good person in my book, brother homie. It's just too bad that women are completely soulless and have no heart. I hear you, man. Of course, we definitely have to keep a clean house. We can't live in a dirty home. Hell no. Beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread had a fight. Shaun C on WYLD. WYLD. Oh, bro, you bring me back. Let me tell you something, singer. Oh, man, let me tell you something. I got to tell all of y'all something real quick. This is off subject. We have 1 clip left, and we'll get up out of here. I ordered a king cake. I was like, you know what? It is Mardi Gras time. I need me a king cake. Now, I ain't going to lie to you. The delivery fee on my king cake costs more than the king cake. But you know what I said? I said, Shaun, you deserve that shit. Get you a king cake, son. All right? Now, if y'all don't know what a king cake is, I am willing to show y'all the delicacy from New Orleans. King cake. And let me tell you where I ordered it from. Now, my girl said, well, maybe you can find one here at the New Orleans place. And I said, no, hell no. Shit might fuck up my game and we can't have that. No, hell no. I said, I need Gambinos. I need a New Orleans Gambino king cake. And I will accept nothing less than Gambinos. Okay? That's what I need in my life. Okay? If y'all don't know about that Gambinos, I don't know what else to tell you. This is a king cake right here, baby. Okay? This is a New Orleans delicacy. Now, in my head, I think I could eat all that with that icing. With that I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try. But if y'all don't know, I have me a king cake on the way, and it should be here tomorrow. Okay? And you know what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. I'm gonna sit there with a big ass glass of almond milk, and I'm gonna have me some king cake. Okay, we're gonna have some king cake. Now, I just seen 17 say something. I hope my woman's watching, baby. I hope you're watching this because, yeah, bro, that's what I'm talking about. Gambino's king cake. This right here, 17. I tried to tell her, I was like, it might be all right, but that's Gambino's though. Like, I can't explain to you that like Gambino's. If you live in a city, everybody in their city got like, oh, if you're going to go get a pizza, go get it from here. If you're going to get this, go get it from here. If you're going to get some seafood, some crawfish, go over there, right? So what was it? 17. Seafood City, 1876, North Broad. Was that the commercial? Seafood City is very pretty. Yeah. It's been a long time, bro. But I was 1836. It's 1836 North Broad. But the point is, that's how deep and embedded it is in my head. So when you talk about a king cake, we talking Gambinos, okay? They ain't no other thing. They ain't no other, I'm not saying there's not other places that sell king cake. But if you're going to have it shipped, get you some Gambinos. I need to get a sponsorship from Gambinos because I'm telling you right now, y'all, king cake. Oh, so that's how you went from skinny to Shaun to Big Shaun. Oh, no, but that story is sort of similar to that. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. Them Rouse's king cakes go hard too, though, surprisingly. No. I'm not going to take away from it. I'm just saying the first place that came in my head was Gambino's. I forgot about Rouse's, though. I did forget about that. And I used to go to Coffee and they sell king cakes there too. It's it's not Gambino's, not Rouse's, but I mean, it's Coffee and they sell donuts. So you got, you know what I mean? It's Coffee and. So, all right, y'all. Let me get this king cake off the screen because it's making my mouth water. And I can't wait.
She from the east side.
You know what? As soon as that king cake come in, I should go ahead, take a photo with it, and I'm going to post it as a community post. And I'll be like, see? Let me point. 1836 North Broad. It was 1836. Yeah, Al Scaruza. Yeah, man. Seafood City is very pretty. Yo, our commercials down in New Orleans be off the chain, bro. It really do, bro. Like, there's some creative ass people. Let them have it. Let them have it. Let them have it. Y'all can't, I'm telling you about New Orleans got some creative commercials. Fun fact before I play the last video. Seth Green from Family Guy, redhead dude and stuff like that. Seth Green did a commercial back in the day in New Orleans on a Rally's commercial, right? And that Rally's commercial is probably one of the most popular commercials that people could think of from back in the day. And this is when, this one might have been when Bobby Hebert was still, this was a young Seth Green, and Bobby Hebert, I believe, was the quarterback at the time. But he did a Rally's commercial, and I showed this to my girl. I was like, you got to see this damn commercial. But it's like, one double cheeseburger, ching, large fries, large shirter, ching, ching. And then it's just, you got to check it out. Look at Rally's and Seth Green. Watch that commercial. Thank me later. It's funny as hell. All right. Let's get to let me get this last one. I want to eat cake now too, thanks to you. I'm sorry about that, Brad. I apologize. Okay? I apologize. Because that was wrong. I ain't gonna lie. That is wrong. I just messed up everybody's diet right now. All right, let's go. Now this last clip here, y'all. This last clip is some truth. That's all I'm gonna say.
She from the east side too. Both our folks from Lithonia. She just went to Southwest and I went to Lithonia. But Coach, when you get, I tell all these kings, I'm gonna let y'all know this now. Y'all can get a lot of advice, but the woman you pick to marry and have kids with is gonna be the greatest decision
in your life.
If they tell you anything else,
say that.
They're wrong.
That.
Because she allows me to be me and do me fully every day. I don't have no stress. I ain't going home arguing. I go home and get plugged in, like you plug in your Tesla,
right.
Or y'all plug in your car. I go home and get plugged in, and I leave the house on 100% every single day. That's why I'm unstoppable, because my wife gonna take care of my family. She's gonna make sure that they running. Everybody good is programmed to. We got to go to practice. Who got to be here? Who gonna be there? So that's gonna nourish me because I'm a man. I have goals. I want to grow. We all men. We want to see our kids and stuff grow. So she making sure they're on point and progressing. And then all I have to do is go provide, be me, give back, set up blessings and plant seeds for our family. We all run a team. But my wife come from a coach. That's something. I'm gonna give y'all some game. Get you a woman who understands sports, who plays sports. Because my wife come from a coach. So she know her part and my part. If we both doing our part and that part is successful and we do it with vigor and energy, we're unstoppable, coach. Can't beat this team,
man.
Can't beat this team.
That's what I want to hear, man. Because I want to piggyback on that when I'm gonna talk to Josh, man.
Listen, what he said is spot on, man. You're supposed to be a team. Why does it feel like here it is, you work on you as a man, you doing the things that you need to do and trying to provide and make sure that that person is good too. And yet they looking at the other team thinking, hey, I want to get traded. Hey, I want to be a free agent. What are you talking about? We got to put in that work on this team so that this team can win a championship. So this team could be winning. Well, you up here looking at the other goddamn team. What about the dedication for this city? What are you talking about? Look back there. We may not be the best football team, but I promise you, you ain't gonna find no heart like a New Orleanian or a Saint. You ain't gonna find no heart like that. I guarantee you ain't gonna find no heart like that. Yeah, there's other passionate fan clubs, but I'm saying there ain't no flavor like being a New Orleans Saint, though. Even when we losing, we got flavor, okay? Win, we party. Lose, we gonna party. But we gonna uplift the team. We gonna uplift the people that's there for us, that's willing to fight for us. That's what we do. And that's exactly what it's supposed to be like in your relationship. I may not be winning all the time, but I'm gonna go to bat for you. I'm gonna go to bat for you because you go to bat for me. It should be that simple. So when he says that the biggest decision a man can make is the woman that he allows in his life, you got to understand that's a real statement, especially if that's the woman that's supposed to, carry your seed. Then that means even more importantly, her character has to be on point. It has to be on point more than ever. Just like we tell these women, like, hey, if you lay down with that dude, you got to think that's who you lay down with. You got to be a part of that dude's life. She going to be a part of yours. She needs to be a woman of character. That's why we talk about wives here on this channel. Not just some pretty, fine-ass lady. Oh, well, she can make it clap. Well, that's good. Let her go clap her ass over there at the club. And when you're talking about being serious, we're talking about being gents over here. And who you lay down with is one of the biggest decisions, is the biggest decision you're going to make. Because the two most important things that we have in life is time and health. Everything else sprouts from that. If you don't have time, game over. If you don't have health, you don't have time. Game over. Shout out to James Vanderbeek today from Dawson's Creek. Varsity Blues, right? He passed away today from the Big C today, right? Just in case I didn't say that earlier, but yeah, he lost his life today. He lost his battle with the Big C today. So he was only 48 years old. Only 48. So again, if you don't have health, you don't have time. So then, if you have the wrong person in your life, they could take away from both your health and they're going to waste your time. See what I'm saying? It's important. Absolutely important. And then he said one last thing. There was a point that was made earlier, but he said it again. No, some plugged in. Nope, that's not what he said. Coach, yeah. Damn it. Yeah, no. What did he say? He said something earlier and it made me. Right here, this part. Right here.
Because she allows me to be me and do me fully every day.
So this is a part that I forgot to bring up in one of those videos. A woman earlier talked about, and this is for any ladies listening, right? This is something that for you all to know, ladies. When you pressure a man So when you pressuring a man to stay in something, when you pressure him to be around, when you pressuring him to be up under you, when you pressuring him to go to the next level, that make him want to run. When you restrict who we are, or you try to restrict who we are, that's the quickest way to lose your man. It's something in us that says, any woman who got to go that extreme to keep me around, I'm not saying that we don't want to feel appreciated. That's different. I'm saying, and we want to be wanted. That's completely different. I'm just saying that when you're trying to restrict a man because of your insecurity, that make a man run. When you allow that man to be who that man is, because you got to understand, you ain't going to change a man. You have to understand, you got to deal with his nature. And that's the problem, right? A lot of women like, I don't want to deal with a man nature, but because I don't want him doing all that. I'm not saying he got to do all that to be a part of his nature. I'm just saying, it's like what she said earlier. The man who you allow to be him, and you ain't trying to, you ain't trying to hold or restrict that dude, you allow him to freely move the way he moved when you met him. That make him want to be, that make him dedicate to you. When you got a problem with the way he make his moves, like, hey, well, why you got to do, you're going to lose him. You're going to lose him. That there has ran me away many a times. And to my detriment, the reverse has happened. But it wasn't that she was, like, hey, I want him to be fully him. I've had women that just didn't give a shit. So what they do, that make you think they, you mistake that for them caring or something. I don't know. So it can backfire for the wrong woman. But what I'm saying is, you got to let a man be a man. But you should know the type and character of that man when you get with him. And if you don't, you got to have someone else vet him just so that they know, hey, you got a good one. Don't worry about it. You got a good one. Okay? So, yeah, singer James Vanderbeek lost his life today, yeah. You definitely can't make sense of a stale waffle mix. All right, gents. I told you I'm not gonna hold y'all up to the mic, man. We thank y'all, man. Y'all really helped me out tonight. Okay, y'all helped me out better than I could have expected because I was kind of going through it. You know what I mean? So again, man, a couple announcements before we get up out of here. Actually, let me catch a comment. Press says, "What the f is she seriously starting to actually think she has value, especially when she used and ran through? The irony is completely lost on me." All right. They need to get with a man that they actually like, who he is and how he gets down, not for convenience or what he has. That's the problem, though, 17 and Preston. That's the problem, right? It's almost like they've been indoctrinated to only think about money and finances. I get it. I get that women value those things. That's security to a woman. And we understand that. But the level in which women expect men to do certain things when they themselves haven't even done certain things or worked on certain things, and even the ones that make good money haven't done that deep character assessment. They are becoming who they want to be without understanding that if you want to be with a man long term, he wants a wife. And it's okay if that wife has a career and stuff, but they don't know how to balance it. They do not know how to balance it. Most women, not all women, but most women don't know how to balance that. Being out in that world and then coming home and letting that shit go. Most of them can't do it. And that's why the talk between you and your woman, that download daily, because now you're grounded to what's going on with her. You're not allowing her to vent and be soft. You're allowing her to be vulnerable to you and express to you what's going on with her. That makes her soften up. But you allow her to be hardened. Think about how you feel when you get beat down at work. You come home, you need 30 minutes to sit in your chair, the man chair, because the day been rough on you. Now think about your woman out in that same world. The way you come home and you need time is going to be different the way she come home and need time. One thing is the same. The frustration is there for everybody. And that's why it's important to empathize with each other so that when those times occur, you know how to, come in and help each other do that. All right? I hope that helps somebody, though. I really do. Hope it helps somebody. Preston says, I seriously bet you she believes the pigs can fly in delusion skies. Does she work for the Department of Dumbassery? What are you looking at? What are we talking about? Did I play a clip that I don't know about? All right. All right, gents. A couple housekeeping things. We'll get up out of here, but just make sure y'all check out the new podcast. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Oh, let me go there. All right. Make sure y'all go check out the new podcast, Partners in Crime. Me and P just kind of just chilling, just making it light topics, man. And eventually we'll branch out and talk about other things, but we got to grow this channel. We need your help, gents. So I appreciate that. The other thing is, too, listen, I don't have any sponsors, right? I get flooded my inbox with sponsors all the time. And the reason why I don't have any sponsors on this channel is because there's nothing that they tell me to sponsor that I believe in or I would sell to you guys. But I have a list in the description of every video that I make with the products that I use, okay? Whether you like it or not, at least, you'll see that these are the things that I use that I stand by. Now, listen, I have to say that I do get if y'all click through that and you buy something, I get a commission from that. But I'm saying that I'd rather tell y'all that it's stuff that I use. Okay. And that's why I haven't had sponsors the whole almost 6 years I've been doing this. So now I'm telling you guys, I got stuff that I sell that's for me. All right. So I appreciate it. Also, I was in the gym today and an older, I say older, but if I would say he in his late 50s, early 60s, maybe mid 50s, but he looked like he was in decent shape, but he definitely looked like he was older than me. Right. And we talked and he was like, man, like you be doing your thug thing in here, right? And I was just like, yeah, man, when I got out of the military, I didn't stop working out. I kept working out because one thing I didn't want to do is I didn't want to, grow a beard, look old, and just kind of fade off into the distance. So I kept working out. So why am I telling y'all that? Because I wrote a book 2.5, 3 years ago, maybe even 4 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago. I wrote a book 3 years ago that tells my secrets for working out. It's $10, So learn my secrets, learn my story, and that's all in the scripture too. So that's all the housekeeping I have. I want to thank you all for being here. I will have another video out on Friday. Tomorrow I'm going to try to put out a members only video, so stand by for that. And I got some people coming into town soon, so I don't know how that's going to affect my next live stream, but I will let y'all know ahead of time if it does. Gents, I want to say thank you so much. Shout out to Amin, man. He said, peace, Shaun and fam. Thank you for being here, Amin. I appreciate you coming through. All of y'all, I appreciate y'all coming through. Thank you for the super chats tonight, okay? Oh, damn, I took the banner down. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, thank you for my super chats tonight from Cam the Man and Lord Bison. Thank y'all for the being sponsors of tonight's video. I appreciate that. All right, gents, I'm out of here. I'll see y'all soon. And until next time, live your best life.